Yes, good morning, Julius, good morning, Desmond, and of course the rest of you guys who are online already. I welcome you. It's a good morning, and I believe you guys are having also a great morning on your side. So as usual, you know the drill. We get into prayer, then we get started with the usual routine. So let's pray. Father, we say thank you for today's morning. Thank you for the beautiful day that you've already given us. A good morning, Lord. We say thank you. And as we start today, Lord, we have to say thank you for yesterday's profits, yesterday's analysis, and the insights, the great insights you gave to us. We are saying thank you and we are grateful. And as we start today, Lord, we ask of the same. Let it be even greater than yesterday. We ask of great insights in the market, the great signals, Lord, and of course at the end of the day we make good money, good profits. We give you praise, we love you. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. All right, so You know the drill, guys. We start with crush 500. We start with crush 500. So let's get into crush 500. Excuse me. So yesterday, I told you we are starting to sell on crush 500 yesterday on that very level. So let me see, did I make any entries here? Yeah, I did. I made my entry right here. I was a bit late. I was a bit early to make the entry. It sold for like a few hours, like a few minutes, like 30 or 40 minutes. But then it took me out, actually like 40 minutes, 30 minutes. Then it took me out. When it came to test those highs, it gave us that fake breakout. Yeah, but this was my mistake anyway. Why? Oh no, it gave me that fake thing going down. You remember I told you we needed to sell below this. Was it below this? No, not really, not below that. It was not, by the time we were in the analysis, it was not yet there. We had not yet gotten this point. But I marked this point later because I needed to sell below it. So it was my mistake. I was looking for a sniper entry on that very level of mine, which was a resistance level. But these guys knew there was a lot of liquidity stop losses that were here, and I fell a culprit to that also. So I was too early to do that, and of course they came for that liquidity above there. It was a liquidity pool of the stop losses of the early sellers right about there that was taken out, and immediately sales began. So enough of explaining what happened there. Let's now look at today. So the sale is on. The point I wanted to sell below 2 is that level, and clearly you can see it has gone below it, but this is a new level. That's a new level. Why? Because this is a high, that's a high there, a low, a high. Now this becomes our change of character level, but it is a fake kind of change of character. You can see that it's not a clear change of character. That tells us the price is going back up there. Why? Because of H1. H1 is still looking for buys, looking at CCI and RSI down below. All right, so knowing that, let's go to M15. If M15 is looking for buys, then we wait. Exactly, M15 is looking for buys. That means we can't sell anything here. We just have to wait for H1 and M15 to be ready to give us sells. It is likely to again come around that level, take that liquidity again of the early sellers around that level. So having seen this, I'm not ready to make any sales. In fact, I want to delete this for now and keep with this. So let's go to H4. We know H4, we are looking for sales. But if it happens to break out and give us a break of structure, then the buys continue according to what? According to weekly, we are in an uptrend. Remember that. The reason why we are looking for sales is to come around here and give us a higher low. Yeah, to come around here to give us a higher low. It has given us sort of a higher high right about there. Yeah, because right here is where we saw a change of character to get back into buys. So it has to come and confirm this change of character, and when it comes here, this will be taken as our higher low and that as our higher high. So currently we don't have a higher high according to weekly, so that's why we are looking for this kind of a move on the daily, on the daily time frame and H4 time frame. It can easily come to that or to here. Why here? This is a conference area. Why here? This is a change of this is a fair value gap below that change of character. So those are the two reasons why I have these two points of interest down below for price to react back to All right, enough of crash 500. Let's head over to boom 1000. If you have any question, you can let me know. You can let me know in the comment section below so that I do respond to it. Any asset that we analyze, I'm always waiting for those questions. Sometimes you may not have a question, you may have just a supplement to the analysis or something that you're already seeing in the market that I saw differently. You let us know in the comment section and I'll check it out. Then we'll be on the same level. All right, now let's go to boom 1000. Well, before we go to boom 1000, I wanted to finish this. So looking at what we have on CCI according to on this time frame M15, you see that the price has just started to go into the buys, and it has given you this kind of a change of character on M15. That is something crucial. That is something that can easily push price for some good timing buy. This one right here, that is a reversal signal. So all you need is price to react back here. When it does react here and gives you now a buy momentum on such a level, then you know that you can't fail to miss this entry to continue with buys. Why? Because you know you are in an uptrend according to M15 and H1. Let me see M30. M30 is looking for sales, so we are trading according to M15 and H1. That's where we want those buys. So this, a buy from here to there, can be enough for the day. You need to know that. You need to be smart on how you trade. A buy from just this level to there can be enough. So you need to know how to maximize on short moves and move out, because you can take this move and risk only around here, put your stop loss around there, and then increase your lot size, meaning the lot size this from here to there is matching with your risk tolerance, but then from here to there, if you get a 1 to 3, it is actually also matching with your what is it called, with your target of the day. Yeah, so let's wait and see if we can get this. Then you know that this is gonna be a good trade to push all the way to try and take those highs once again right up there. All right, boom 1000. So boom 1000, yesterday I was looking for this kind of a move, a faster pullback before it actually breaks out, but it actually got some weird momentum to break out and then a retest. This was supposed to be the entry when it came above that 10 MA after this retest. You see that after that retest, and look at that buy. We wanted the buy to reach that level. That was our TP level. So those who traded yesterday, you should have made this buy entry. So we were looking for that buy all the way to this level, but it actually exceeded it and broke that level. So let's now talk about that. So all this has been already worked on. We need this sell, but it has broken that level, so we don't need that. Let's try to look at H4. What is it showing us? H4, all right. H4 will want a buy, but it cannot just buy like that. So what is happening? Oh yes, daily we are looking for sales, and today has started as a sell day. We even have a week already on that sell. So what are we going to do with this? What are we going to do with this? Let's see. Was this a break of structure? Yes, there was a break of structure, so one can call it a change of character on the daily time frame. Oh, okay. So today this may be a no-go for me today. Let's go to H1. H1 is ready to sell, but we don't have a confirmation. Let's go to M15. Oh, okay. M15 may have a confirmation actually. Yeah. Is that enough? Not really. It's not enough. That's not enough. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait for a pullback if we happen to see one on H1. If we don't, then we have no business with this asset, because clearly the reason why I'm saying that is this is a break of structure right there to give us a higher high. So we don't have a higher low. This high hasn't given us a higher low yet, so it has to give us a higher low, then it tries to come up again to take the high, and then it fails, and then we come in with our sells. So until then, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready. So price action tells me something different. That's why I'm not going for the sell now. Sometimes it goes straight and doesn't give the pullback. Sometimes it does that, so you need to know if it does that. Don't push, don't force any trade, leave it. It is not a trade to take. You can wait for another one. So for now, I cannot enter this asset unless I see something that I can work with. Something that I can work with. So this is an ideal level of the pullback. This is likely to be the ideal level of the pullback to go back up, and then we come in with our sells. Alright, so enough of boom 1000. Let's now wait. Boom 500. Boom 500 yesterday was a bit messy. We had two levels. Actually, we had three, but we were anticipating only two. This level of that kind of change of character, and of course this fair value gap. Yeah, of course here you can see these guys knew that a lot of guys were looking for the entry right there. So this one was already taken out here. This move here, this one was taken out, but then we remain with this. When we reached here, the buys started, but of course it was a fake buy, because they knew there are a lot of buyers here, so they had to look for the liquidity, the stop losses that the guys that were waiting for buying here, they had put. So they took us out right here, because I had my buys there, I think. Yeah, I had my buy here, so I was taken out. No, I entered actually late on the move that was going here. I missed the move here, so I was taken out. I made that loss there, because you can see my stop loss was below that fair value gap. I was taken out and came to that support level. Up to now, that's where we are still at. Here I did not make a loss on this very move that we entered the other day. I was still in, and that's how yesterday went. So we need to now look at we still need buys though, so we need to look at, let's delete this, remove history, delete that. Now we are on that support. H1 is on oversold, H4 oversold, daily time frame overbought. That's where the weird thing is. That's where the weird thing is. Now, how are we going to sell this? I mean, buy this when daily is selling it. When daily is selling it, how are we going to? Alright, so here is the deal. This is what I'm seeing now. This is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm seeing. This, the whole of this right here, that is a support level right there according to H4. That is, so if price breaks this level, that's when the sales will come through. But it's not just going to break it like that. The buyers have to first fight a bit. That's what we were looking for. The fight for the buyers to first push price, at least to try and take these highs out and take the liquidity of the early sellers on that level, and then we come in with our sells right about there. That's where we wanted to sell. But the general trend on the daily is already looking good. Why? Because price is below our 10 MA. But that doesn't mean they are in control. They are not yet. We cannot say buy our sellers as in control where we are currently. We cannot, because this is a support area. Price can easily push back up for the buys, and then we come in later for the sells. So for now, I'm going to hold my entries. Neither can I sell, neither can I buy. So I need to wait. In fact, I have to wait a little bit longer. Let me see. M30 is not yet ready to give us buys, so probably we wait for M30. I've never analyzed and waited to make a decision according to M30, so I think it will be my first time to do this. So M30 is still in a downtrend, so according to CCI here, so we can wait for M30 to be ready for the sells, for the buys on CCI. Yeah, you can see it is now spiking right there, so we can wait for that and then see if we can take advantage of it. M30 and then actually M15, so they are not yet ready for the buys. Let's wait and see. This is significant right there because it's a change of character. According to that, if you look at M5, that's what you'll see right there. But then we need it on M15 to have this other signal on CCI. Once we have that signal on CCI, then I believe we'll be ready to enter some buys. So for now, no business. Let me wait. Let me be patient, because it can easily come back to this level and then go all the way back down. So you need to know that. You need to know that. You can see that it's also a resistance level up there. So it can easily go back up there and then come down again. Alright, I've talked a lot on a Boom 500. So I will hold my entries till I see the next H4 is starting in 5 minutes. The next H4 candle is starting in 5 minutes. So let's wait and see how the next H4 comes around, because I'm still locked on the buys. I'm not yet where the market is. I'm not yet sure we are ready to sell it. I'm not yet sure according to what I'm seeing on H4, H1 and M15. Yeah, I'm not yet sure we are ready to sell this asset. Buys are still on. That's why I'm locked on that. Not yet ready to sell this asset. So for now, I leave it. V25S, Vol 25 1S. Alright, so volatility 25 1S yesterday. Let's look at it. So yesterday we were looking for pullback here and then a buy later. Remember, before we closed the analysis session yesterday, I told you that I'm going to be making this sell. Actually, I made the sell right here, and I had my stop loss, I think around that level. Was it around there? Let me see. Yes, it was around there. So I made the sell there. It came, it broke this level and even that trend line, and then after breaking it made excuse me, after breaking it made another pullback inside, and then that's how it took me out when I had brought my stop loss already in profits. So it took me out and then continued, hit our TP level just like I had told you, right about there for that fake breakout. But it later was not considered as a fake breakout, it actually continued selling. So yeah, I believe those who were in yesterday's analysis, you should have made this very trend right here. All right, so enough of that. Let's now look at today. So now this was our level, so I have to delete it. It was not respected. And this right here, that conference area, was a bit not that much of a big point of interest. So all we are seeing currently is a change of character right there. Why? This is our higher high, higher low, high, then it comes and takes the higher low down here to give us a change of character. And after that we start to see a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high right there. So it's coming down below to look for a new lower low. So it means that currently on H1 we have seen a reversal. So if we know that on H1, let's look at H4. H4, yeah, we wanted our sales from that level there, so the sales have started. This is our change of character on H4, and now we are currently looking for our first lower low. We haven't done, we are not yet gotten, we haven't gotten yet our lower low on H4. Why? Because the momentum is still weird. Now this is V25S. I want to remind you that we've been looking for sales for some time. I think the other day we looked for sales and we were taken out. Let's see. Yeah, right here. That was the other day. Yeah, so it was not. Let's see. Yeah, I was looking for sales. Then I was taken out by that week, and then it came for that pullback. So I haven't traded it again until yesterday when we made that move. So now we are ready to sell this asset. Can I enter a sell now? I think I can. Why? Because price, this is what we wanted. Price has reacted all the way back to that. So we know that. So all we need now is according to H4, all we need is to make that entry. A new H4 has started. If I enter now, no, I can't enter sales now, because if I enter now the sell, that means I will have to put my stop loss above here. That will be a big stop loss right there. That is a big stop loss. To put my stop loss all the way up there, it is a bit risky. So what do I do? This candle is likely to be a buy candle. Why am I saying that? According to CCI on H1, we've reached a retracement level. That is reason number one. Reason number two, according to M15, we are oversold. Right about there, we've been oversold. So it's likely to give us a pullback. Yeah. So those are my two reasons why I cannot enter a sell now. It's likely to give us a pullback all the way up there. It can easily go all the way up there. So that's a no-go for me. In as much as we want sales and we really want to sell it right here, we cannot. It's very risky because anything can happen and we get a pullback move to push for something like that again. Then we can later come in with our sell. So for now, no business with this asset. We wait. Let's be patient and wait. All right, that's enough of that. I can't even enter a buy because the weird momentum, as you can see, it's risky. So you rather leave it and wait for your sells when they are ready. Don't go in for the buy to risk. Looking at what we have here, it's very risky. This market is risky to make any entries. So leave it. Let's go to another asset, V75. Today's market is likely to have no good moves at all. So far we haven't gotten any. So this is V75. What were we looking for? We wanted to buy from here. Yeah, and it actually came back. This is the reason why we had this. So what is happening? Oh, wait. Let's talk about yesterday. So this was yesterday. When it was here, we were looking for the buy. In fact, before we even moved, we were in the buy. So it bought for like an hour and then later reversed and broke out, took me out right there. You can see this was where I entered from. We entered with that buy and then later it took us out right about there. I had not even broken even. So it took me out, came to this support level. Let's go to that support level. Yeah, you can see that it came to that level. But then when it came to that level, looking at H1, we still needed buys. So it came to that level, tested it, went back into buys, and then came back, tested the same level again. This is the second time on this level. Here is the third time right here. So looking at what we have on H1, we still need buys. The previous H4 was something to do with indecision. So meaning we may continue with the buys. Why? Because previously, if you look at the previous candles, we had rejection coming in from buyers, pushing price to buys. So it means we may actually continue with buys on this very current H4. And according to M15, you can see, looking at the trend, this is an uptrend on M15. That is a change of character. We have a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Now we don't have a new higher high, but price has come back to that level. What is that level? It's our resistance level. Right about there. That is a resistance level up there. So are we going to see it broken out? I don't know. Let's wait. Looking at H1, we still need to buy, so we are likely to see this level. We are likely to see a breakout on this level to actually push price all the way to that, because we wanted to sell from there. Remember, this is why I have that there. We were looking at selling from that very level. So first delete it. Now let's anticipate a buy here. Let's try to anticipate a buy here. How are we going to anticipate it? Okay, so we have that there, our fib. What is interesting about here? So we had a fair value gap here which was mitigated. But then it has come to this break This is a break of structure level right here. So is it going to come again down here, or it will come all the way back here? It's a matter of waiting, because it's likely to come all the way back here as it is consolidating. Then as it comes out, it will come out with enough momentum to break out. So right here, no business at all, This is some other point I can look at. That is an order block for this move, where this move started from. So price can come to that, or it can come to this other one down here. So for now, I'm not going to trade this asset. I'm going to wait, because we are still looking for buys. I'm not yet ready to sell this asset until it probably gets up there, or until it breaks this level. So 2 reasons for me to sell this is price will have to first break this for me to sell, or to reach there for me to sell. Those are my 2 levels to sell this asset. Remember, the previous H4 has closed as an indecision kind of candle. It's not, you can see that. Yes, of course, a lot of rejection was coming in from sellers, but looking at where price is currently is above a 10 MA on H4, which means buyers still have the control. So I'm not going to push for any buys or any sells right now, because it can easily come down here and then I can enter my buys here. But if it fails and breaks this level, then I will enter my buys to reach all the way there. Then I can come in with the sells later from that very angle. All right, enough. This is enough detail on V75. Let's now head to jump 50. The market is slow today. It's not like yesterday and Tuesday. The market is slow today. Jump 50. So jump 50. I told you I'm not going to do anything until I see something like this, a structure like that. So I told you this was an ideal level for price to reverse from, and we can see price is reacting on that same level. Yeah, price is reacting on that same level. It took the stop losses of the early buyers who were waiting for price to reach here, and then they enter their buys. You can see, try to push more to take their stop losses, and now it is reacting on that level again. Our move is simple. What we need what we need is now this move from there to reach all the way up there. That is what we need, nothing much. This and that can now go. All we need is price now to give us sells, buys from here. Are we ready to enter that? Let's go to H4. H4 is looking for sellers, but it cannot just sell like that. I've told you many times this. So let's go to H1. H1 is on retracement level. M15, however, is weird. So it's a no-go for me. This is a no-go for me. What I can do is have my order block down below here and see if price is actually ready to break it and continue with sales, or it's going to consolidate around that area. So this, take it out here. Let's have this one here. Let's have this one right. Let's have that right there. So are we going to see price break that and continue with the buys, or we are going to see price break this one below here and continue with the sells? It's a matter of time. We just have to wait. All right, so no business here. If price breaks the hour general anticipation, what I'm looking at, what is likely to happen is this reversal. But the previous trend is a sell from right there, so it can easily consolidate here and then break. We are not market makers. We are not market makers, because H4 is strongly in sell. Is strongly looking for sells. But our anticipation was, before it continues to sell, it actually comes back to such an order block where this move started from, or to that fair value gap below that order block, and then we get our entries for the sell. That is our anticipation. That's why we are looking for a pullback buy. But the general trend is a sell. So know that at the back of your mind if you are trading this asset. All right, so I'll be waiting for buy confirmation here to come in with a buy to take me all the way up there. So for now, no entries at all. If price goes, in fact, we can wait for a breakout here. If price breaks out there, then you make your buy entries without hesitation. J25, let's look at J25. J25, I was in a buy yesterday. Yeah, it came and took me out. I was in a buy like that. It came and took me out from there where I put my stop loss in profits. And now we don't have. Just a minute. Apologies guys, sorry about that. This is a client who was looking for something. Anyways, so jump 25, it took us out yesterday. It took us out, so we are going to be looking at what is happening. Currently it is consolidating. So now, as it took us out here yesterday, I was looking at again buying it from that angle, but it was still very, the reason that held me not to buy it again was because it failed to break that resistance up there. So I couldn't enter again looking for buys when it has failed to break that resistance. So that is why it is still a bit risky for us. I told you today it's a bit, the market is slow, so that's why you're even seeing all this. That's why you're seeing all this. So let's first remove that. We wanted this. The reason why we wanted this move, I told you guys, it was because of this move right there. From here to there, it was what we were looking for. From there to there, to come to this other level. It is going to come to it, but only and only if price breaks this resistance level, and we haven't seen it really push to break it. According to H1, we are actually overbought right there, meaning what we are seeing currently here is going to be a little bit more of consolidation. According to H4, we need buys. Price is above our 10 MA, but look at the candlesticks there. They already show you. They already show you the what? The momentum of the market. The way the candles are very small on that H4 time frame, it already shows you that these are very tight. These are very tight. We have a low momentum. So what I can do now here is to anticipate this. Is to anticipate something like that. If we go to H1, I mean H4, no sorry, I mean M15, and remove that support, I mean that resistance, then we can see what the market is doing. The market is going to keep in playing like that, but eventually it will reach there. So the buy is still on actually, from what we are seeing. So can we enter now the buy? I doubt we can. We have to wait for the confirmation on M15. We have to wait for the confirmation on M15. So get to M15. Let's do this. So we need something like that. We can confirm this on M5. So the pullback is going to be on M5. So once we have a pullback on M5, then we will be making this sell. I mean this buy. Then we will be making this buy. So that's what we need to see. This is what we need to see right there. All right. I hope this is now very clear on jump 25. It's still a bit messy. Hopefully it can even break out and continue, but for now we will go for that as our TP level if we get this pullback on M15 and M5. All right, leave it on M5. Let's go to J10. We have about 7 minutes to close this session, so let's rush into this. All right, so J10, I already had an entry yesterday that was moving. Those who remember, This was the entry that was moving. This was my entry there. It was sort of a sniper entry for the buy. I had missed to put my stop loss into break even. All of a sudden it came, and before I knew it, it was looking to take me out, so I had to bring my stop loss into profits, and that's how it took me out. After taking me out, look at what happened. It again bounced off into buys. So that was my bad there. But when it did that, I again made another entry right here and recovered some of, actually made a bit more of a profits right there. You see that? So I made a bit of more profits right there and then closed it. So now let's talk about today. All this was not respected. Even this move to reach the other trend line is not yet respected. This pullback was respected because I anticipated it last night to come and reach this trend line. Remember, at first here it had not reached the trend line, so now the pullback to reach the trend line was respected. This, I analyzed it late night, so it came to that trend line. So let's go to H4. First remove this. Let's go to H4. This fair value gap, we've already seen it. It was respected. So now we are looking at price respecting this order block. Has it touched it? It has not actually touched it. I thought it had touched it. Nevertheless, we are seeing that indecision candle right there. You guys know better than me those candlesticks. So from what I see is the sale is still on. It's likely to sell a bit more to come to this order block, and then we can anticipate our buys from there. So now let's confirm on a lower time frame. Let's confirm on lower time frame. H1, yes, sale is on. M30, yes, sale is on. M15, yeah, we see it from this rejection. The sale is going to be on. So for now, I may not enter the sell, but I may wait for the buys on this order block. Yeah, that's what I may do. Wait for the buys on this order block. This is an H4 OB, so we can anticipate that and wait for it. All right, that's it. On J10, I'm gonna be waiting for my buys on that OB, and once I have it, I will leave it on H1. Once I have that pullback, then I'll be looking for the buy to take me all the way up, both on H1, H4, and of course daily time frame. We are still looking for buys. Know that at the back of the mind. All right, enough of this. Let's talk about gold, and we call it a day. Oh, sorry, that was J10. So let's now go to gold. All right, so gold. I told you yesterday the move that I was anticipating. So those who were here yesterday for gold, for the analysis, and you kept around for the gold analysis, remember this move that I told you about, that I'm currently going to see something like this, and then a pullback to go all the way back there, then we come in with sells. It's actually what happened. This may not have happened exactly what we wanted, but you can see this made that and then came here, and then the buys came through. So we already see that. So take these out, take this out, take that out. This pullback happened. There were news. I don't know, I told you guys, me, I don't trade news. I trade smart money and price action. That's what I know. So exactly, we saw that pullback, and of course the news came in. They took the liquidity pool up there, and then started to sell immediately right there. You can see that move. This was around 9-10 p.m. there when this happened, and then the sell, a pullback, a little pullback, then sells. Now today they are continuing. So let's now look at it in detail. This move has already happened, so we delete it. We wanted sells from either there. I told you the reason why we had this, it was a change of character, a sell from here or there, but now these two never came through. The sell happened from all the way up there, so now this is a sell that we are on. So apparently we are in a downtrend. Why do I say we are in a downtrend? This is a change of character, meaning this is our lower low, lower high, all the way up there, lower low, lower high, lower low. So this is our lower low, so it means it's looking for a lower high here. Somehow it has reached it, but I cannot say much of this being a lower high here. Why? Because looking at what we have down below here is a support, and price has reached that support. So if we go to H4, you can see the rejection that came from that very level. The rejection that came from that level. The previous H4 candle, you can see how it closed. Rejection coming in from buyers. So if I come to H1, price is above my 10 MA, but of course if you look at even on CCI, price is oversold, meaning there's likely to be a pullback. There's likely to be a pullback. So all I can do now is let's go to daily. Oh man. Oh yes, daily is not yet confirmed to sell. So that's now where the trick is. So you see that order block there, that is what we see. So this means that price is looking for this to actually try to take out those highs, and then later brings us into sells again. So that's what we are going to be anticipating. Alright, go back to H4. Let's now look at this. Let's now look at that. So come to H1, all I need is price to come down again, and yeah, it is going to come down. So it's gonna be a sell down a bit, probably around there, and then we get in with our buys. So for now, no business. We are going to sell, then buy. We're going to sell, then buy, and of course M5 is confirming that sell. So a sell, then buy. That is it. So can we enter a sell? If you are a risk taker, then you can enter a sell here and have your stop loss all the way right there. Yeah, this sell, you can take it at least your first TP around this area and look for a 1 to 2. Then if you're looking for a 1 to 3, hopefully it comes all the way back here to give you a 1 to 3. But a sell is on gold according to M5 and M15. That is a sell that we're looking for. Have your tight stop loss around there. Don't move it a bit higher. You rather reduce than increase your stop loss. Don't risk a lot. Yeah, so I'm looking for that kind of a sell all the way down below. That's it on gold. If you have any questions or any additions to this, please put it in the comment section. Put it in the comment section, then we look at it and we'll be on the same level. But as of now, I've entered a sell there and I'm looking for a pullback down below here. Then we can enter buys to take us all the way up according to daily time frame and H4 of course and H1. Yeah. All right. Let's do a recap and we call it a day. So we started with crash 500 and we wanted a pullback here, then we can continue the buy, but we did not see that, so the buy continued, so it has gone back to those highs, so it means the sell is on. So now this I can take out, come to H4. Do we need this? I doubt we need it, so we can take it out. Now it has reached that, but the momentum is strong. Looking at the previous H1, the momentum of buy is strong, so this can be easily considered as a break of structure, but this H1 hasn't closed yet, so we don't know. It can easily become a week or not, so let's wait and see. But yeah, we wanted to sell from there, but we cannot just sell like that. The buy is still pushing. The buy is still pushing. So no business here. I can't enter buys, neither can I enter sells. I wanted a pullback all the way here to confirm the buy entry, to confirm the buy, but it hasn't happened yet, so no business. Boom 1,000. We need this kind of a pullback, then we sell. So is it happening yet? Not yet, not yet, not yet. So no business yet. It's likely to come to this level. That's why I drew it here. So I'm not yet ready to make this pullback. Remember, the general trend is a sell, so it's better to look for sells, not buys. Yeah. Boom 500. Yeah, I told you this is likely to keep consolidating within here and there, so no business here. No business here. You can see it has reached here. Now it is going for the buy now, so no business. V25. Yeah, a pullback has not yet happened. We currently have a break of structure, which is a good thing. Yes, that is a good thing. So that tells us that as it is coming back, then it will come around here now, because we have a break of structure. Yeah, as it is looking for a new lower low, it will have to come back to that level. Why? Because that is where we have our break of structure, right about there. That is where we have our break of structure. So that is what we will anticipate. So for now, no business. V75. We wanted to buy from this level. Yeah, we wanted to buy from this level or this level. So we have two levels where price can react back to before we can look for buys. So this is like this. Yeah, so this is another level for the buy entry. So till then, no business. No business, no business. Jump 50. It's gonna be in this kind of a consolidation. Price has reached, it's trying to react to this level, but is it enough? I doubt it is. Let's go to H4, H1. Can we get that? Yeah, it's a bit risky. Let's see. Okay. Wow. Alright, so it's a bit risky. Or we can wait and see what will come through. I don't want to enter any buys here. I want to enter buys when price breaks this. But for scalpers, of course, you can enter when you have a confirmation. When you have a confirmation, then you can enter and take your profits right about there. That will be for scalpers only. For scalpers. So on M5, there's a buy that is likely to happen, but on higher time frame, you need to wait for the breakout here for this kind of a buy to reach all the way up there. So for now, no business. J25, pull back here, then we buy. Until then, I cannot make any mistake on it. J10, yeah, same thing. Like that, then we enter. Yeah. So lastly is gold. Gold, I was in a sell. Oh god, what is happening? It has reversed. It is trying to take me out. It has taken me out. Is there some news? It is having some kind of a weird momentum. So my gold has been taken out. Like I told you, you don't want to always risk a lot. That was my risk there. That was my risk there. So I've been taken out. That means I can't trade anymore until I see another entry. So if it has taken me out, so it will be likely to come there, and then it gives us another entry. So for now, no business with gold. I need to see a pullback to confirm that I can enter this asset for the buy, to confirm the buy that I need to push all the way there. If I don't see any pullback, then I have no business with it. Yeah. All right, that's it for today. Hope you guys had a great time. Today we've only entered gold and we've been taken out already, so no other entry that we've made. The market is quite slow. It has a weird momentum. Most of the assets are sort of in a consolidation kind of zone, so we'd rather not force any trade, and we've lost that gold, so we wait for more entries. Otherwise, let me wish you guys a good day. Hope you had a great day. Tomorrow is a Friday. It's remember, it's our last day of trading, and we'll also be having our BTC analysis. Let's meet tomorrow, same time, 10:30 to 11:30. Bye bye.